was racing off you at that speed, it scared me. When you're doing a rear cross, you should use lateral motion at all times. You should, right?
Yep.
Okay, when you do a rear cross and it doesn't work out, I would never, ever, ever, ever do a rear cross standing still.
Okay.
Does everyone understand why? Because you can't use any motion. It's exactly what I was explaining with Jennifer earlier. Oh, I'm using you. Sorry. She already knows this, so she doesn't need it. If I'm standing right here and I send, now I'm sending my dog forward, then I'm going to move in. I need to move in as the dog's passing me. I can't do that when they're right at my side. So what I want to do when the rear cross doesn't work, start with another obstacle. Okay. So go back to another obstacle. If I'm on course at a trial, I can't do that, then just opt not to do the rear cross. So you came in here and you tried the rear cross and it didn't work. Well, then you brought the dog right back here and you said, go. Well, that's not lateral motion. Right. And now you start doing all these extra things. Now the dog's really confused. So I would have just said, okay, we didn't get that. Let's go back to the frontal and let's try again. So I always start with an obstacle before it. Okay. Does that make sense? Yep. Makes sense in everyone's minds? Very, very important with a novice dog, not so much with an experienced dog. But if the dog's confused, you're not confusing them even more.
Back.
Yeah.
Oh!
That was really good. Is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay, but you can make your call. Come here. Jennifer, you need to get out of the way. Move out of the way quicker. That's really good to be right up on the dump. But I can get out of the way. I'm not saying Mary Ellen's wrong. I would never say that. She's brilliant. But Mary Ellen would have said, get the hell out of the way.
Back. Good boy.
Jump in. Okay. No, you're not. A student of mine recently, when I was in California, speaking of California, told me that you need a dog to do agility. That means when you do a rear cross, or any kind of a cross, the dog needs to be next to you. And if the dog's not next to you, you don't have a dog, so you can't really rear cross anything, right? She didn't make a connection. So make sure the dog is with you, and then try again. Does that make sense? The dog's on agility. It should be a t-shirt. Exactly. But we try it, don't we? We try it all the time. Very good.
Tunnel.
Dog now. Okay, so the dog's not coming into your side. So why don't you send him into the tunnel, call into your side, call into your side.
Tunnel.
One more time.
Tunnel.
Okay. Okay, try again.
Out. Tunnel.
That was very nice. Now, does everyone think that she had the intent to cross to the other side? Very weak. The dog is doing the jump, wondering which way do I go. Okay. If the dog's wondering which way to go, they may not see who should jump. Okay. Okay, I don't know which way I'm going, so I'm not even going to do it. So more pressure, start a little bit further away so you can never move in. Okay, so you're too close. Probably got that from Mary Ellen too. Mary Ellen, stop ruining my hammer. Other way, move in. Just like that.
Please. Get him. Get him. Tunnel. Good boy.
That was it.
Yay.
So maybe you're starting too close on your rear cross,
Okay.
and you're in a hurry. You need a dog to do it.
You need a dog to do it.
Yes, you do. You need to do the rear cross one more time so you have it in your head?
No, I think I got it.
Okay, let's do the second sequence.
Break. Jump. Jump.
Nice.
Leave. Get him. Good boy. You are brilliant, Tom.
The tunnel went, or the number went, the tunnel went.
He's on, sorry.
So, Babs, did you see this? Yeah. So she went up to the jump and she said, jump. her motion stopping was telling the dog, come back to me. This says jump. This was telling the dog where to turn. It wasn't this way. You see the huge difference? It was a blend. Now, I do understand you're probably working, I think I saw some sequences with Linda, when you're right up at the jump and you're going like this, but you're right up at the jump. She didn't have you this far away setting to a jump, did she? No. Okay, I hope not, or else I go over there and tell her that she was bad.
You're doing this wrong.
Oh my God, could you imagine?
Can we watch that just for fun?
I would never.
Yeah, we have our
Never.
video cameras.
Never. Ever. Anyway, so I think you're just blending a little.
Jump. Walk. Go, go, go. Jump. Oops.
That's the harder exercise. That's the one you would go to once you nail the sequence. You know you're going to the backside, right? Oh, okay. Anyway, from my view, the dog walk looks really good. I'll go stand over there if you want to, but I can pretty much tell from here. You're hanging out too long at number 3. So when you're just starting anything, you do it standing still, and then you're walking, and then you're jogging, and then you're running, right? And you don't want to take off running if the dog doesn't really know what they're doing, but your dog knows what he's doing. Don't send at number 3 and stand there and run. Just you can do that. And you want to have the same send at 3 as you had at 5, but it's really hard with the running dog walk. So just hope for the best. You should keep that bar up. And don't forget the surface.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to do it again.
Okay.
So I just think that yes, maybe it's only 2-3 tenths of a second, but that's going to put you in the finals or not in the finals, or that's going to, you know.
I do. Jump!
Go!
Walk! Go, go, go! Good boy. Jump. Tunnel. Good boy.
Great. Very nice. Dog walk now. Right. But he's getting in, which is a good thing. And I think that's a USDA. Yeah, it's USDA, which is good because you see the red for the other one. Rest of the sequence was really, I'll let Jen Pinder fix that because that's what Jen does. The send to 3 and moving away was perfect. I thought that was really nice. And the serpentine was perfect. So now let's try the rear cross.
Okay, so just rear 3. That's the one.
Rear 3 and then keep doing the whole sequence.
Okay.
So that's what I like.
Get him. Get him. Get him. Jump. Walk. Go, go, go. Hey. Naughty. Jump. Tunnel.
Your hay was way late.
Okay.
Your hay was basically telling the dog that you didn't like to turn over the jump.
Oh, brilliant.
So try to get the hay out a little bit sooner.
Okay.
Okay? Your rear cross, no motion at all. I didn't see anything. None. So I thought there was a see how the dog was walking and wondering where it was going. So you have to have an intent to cross.
Okay.
Even though, well, you need to move that way somewhat.
Okay.
Because he's confused.
Okay.
You can tell he's confused when he's launching, can't
Okay.
you?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's do jump, weave pulls, rear cross, dog walk, and stop there because the rest was really good.
Okay.
Really have intent is he's, taking off, committing to move. But you can't move too much or else you get the jump. That's what makes this one
Good. Jump.
Now that's
Good boy. Good, good.
I would just do the dog walk before you leave. I would do the dog walk before you leave, see if you can get it. If not, you might want to get on some dog walks before it gets taken away lunch. And rear cross was gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. You need to think about that all the time. I would not be doing no motion deceleration rear crosses with this dog. for a while because he's confused.
Right.
And you're confused.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If you don't use any motion and the dog's confused, well, you're just confusing them even more.
I may not have gotten this right, but on